satisfying. Beautiful. All right, been wanting to do this guy for a while for the Subaru STI that's out there. Heard great things about these things, these head units, so now it's my turn to throw one in. We will open this sucker up and get into this install. Boom, boom. And I know these guys provide you with a lot of wiring harnesses and all that stuff, so it makes it super easy. Plus they give nice trim pieces, trim removal pieces that is. And I know these Idoings come with the trim around them, so they're very easy to fit into your dash and make them look real nice. So there she is. I opted for the ones with the buttons on the side just because I don't have steering wheel controls and stuff because my car's an 04. So in the bag, let's see. Like I said, it comes with trim removal pieces. It's a nice little thing to do for everybody. The mic for your hands-free. Wiring harness for my car. It's nice because all the wires are capped, which I've never seen that before in a stereo, which is freaking awesome. It's like you don't need it. You don't need to cut it off and tape it up and all that crap because it's already sealed. That's awesome. All right, now we're going to get into it. So on mine, I've got an aftermarket head unit. Hopefully they didn't cut up into the factory wiring harness and mess everything up, but we will see. The other thing is it's 30 degrees out here, so everything's cold, and I'm a little nervous. I don't want to break anything, any of these trim pieces or anything like that, because we got the fancy carbon. So I'll start prying into this a little bit. You should just pry into the edge around here and it should pop off. So far so good. Use my handy dandy little pry tools. And we started in the top corner up here, popped the cup holder out and just started working my way down around. And we're just popping it out and the whole assembly is coming out. Super easy to get out. So there's really only 4 clip areas, one here, 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 and here. And on the side here, there's these little tabs. So just kind of pry your way around. Mine came off pretty easy because this side is missing a clip. So we'll have to put one of these little guys on. And then just reach behind there, pinch, and unplug these wires to get the whole thing out. All right, well, let's rewind to the beginning. Usually always good to disconnect your battery so you're not sitting here with your door open. I mean, I turned the dome light off, so that'll help, but also when you're dealing with electronics, you don't want to short anything out or whatever. So anyway, back to it. Looks like there's 4 screws, 1 Phillips, and 3 flatheads. Actually, that's a Phillips, this is a flathead, that's a flathead, 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 Phillips. So just a smorgasbord of stuff. But that's what you get when you buy almost a 20, well, it's a 24-year-old car, or 20-year-old car, sorry. So yeah, fingers crossed when I get these screws out and pull this out that it's not a rat's nest of just crap of idiots over the years. So we will see. All right, let's see what we got. Camera fell over because it felt my disappointment, but as you can see, there's a lot of random electrical tape, which is par for the course for an old car with an aftermarket head unit. So keep that in mind when you're doing this stuff. Hopefully they didn't do it too badly. So this job has just gotten a lot longer now. Okay, so this really sucks. Whatever Nimrod decided they were a stereo installer. Just, here's the factory piece. Look at that. It literally looks like he chewed them off. He, she, whatever. And then connected all the wires to the aftermarket Sony one. But also just used black pieces of duct tape. Not even electrical tape. Like, what the frig, people? Like, seriously. That kind of stuff. Like, you have a car. Why? Like, this is horrible. This is one of the worst I've seen. Not happy about that. So my stereo install is probably going to be finished another day. Which, for you guys, it'll be right now. Alright, just to show you again. Look at this mess. Like, what kind of idiot uses duct tape and then just freaking splices the wires together with duct tape and does this to the factory harness? Like, think about the future, young bucks. Don't bastardize your car for no reason. It's so simple to buy the converter that would plug into here. It would plug into there and then have all these empty wires. So then all you have to do is take your aftermarket head unit and wire them all up. Super simple. $10, whatever. Instead, you're like, DIY, I'm gonna do it myself. Use a hacksaw and freaking do this mess. So aside from the crappy wiring in the car that some kid hacked up, or guy or whatever, this head unit does not fit. I have the carbon fiber, I don't know, faceplate, I guess you call it, from Japan, and it doesn't fit. It's literally like 1/4 of an inch. So I set this here, set it here, and visually lined it up to where it would match, and I'm just going to go like 1/4 of an inch on the edges and cut those 2 little tabs off, so this will slide in. So when you're going to Dremel carbon fiber or anything like that, I mean, safety first. This is obviously not approved gear, but I've had wire wheels shoot little metal at your face. Had a friend that had it right into his eyeball, so ever since then, no chance. Always, at least always wear the safety glasses. These little wire, or these little cutting discs, I'm sure if you've used them before, they will break and shatter and shoot all over the place, so I'd rather have it hit glasses than my eyeball. So we will cover up all the radio so we don't get any dust and junk on it, and we will cut out that little tiny bit. So yeah. Got those little areas out of there. The next thing you could do is, if you have a Dremel, hopefully you do, get one of the little sanding wheels on there, and I'm just going to sand those areas flat. Less is more. So do a little trim, check it out. Do a little trim, check it out. You can always take off, but it's way harder to put back on. All right, we cut out the little notches on the side there. Just enough for this metal piece to fit in. It was literally like a fingernail. And then it slides in, and these tabs kind of clip on to the edge. You can see that. And to get the ones on the bottom down there, there's 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. I just used a flathead screwdriver, just kind of went down in there and just gave it a little nudge like that, and I heard it go and pop on. So it's on here good, nice and solid. It's me just holding the radio, so that will go in there. I will say, like an idiot, when I was cutting this off here, look what happened. One of my clips, actually both of the stinking clips on the side, got burned off. And that is because when I was in there with the Dremel, I was cutting and I wasn't paying attention to the base part for some reason. I was going along like this, not looking. So we got the mounting done. Looks super nice. Snug around there. Perfect fit, like I said. Almost perfect. You just have to Dremel a little bit, which is no big deal. That's easy. You're not gonna be able to see the defrost, the air conditioning in the recycle, or the top part here, but you can touch them. Easy enough. So from driver's view, it's probably gonna be like that, which no big deal. Everything's still accessible, but you get a sweet big screen. All right, got my wiring harness now for the stereo. Lists out all what this stuff is. I'm gonna use the factory harness as a guide and wire them in order how they are on there. Sorry for the darkness here, because I gotta do it when I have time. So what I did was, luckily, the other person left the factory harness. So basically I went one by one using this as a reference on the one that I bought from Amazon. So like yellow and blue hooked to this blue and red and this white one, and then just kind of followed it down the line, and as I checked them off, bent them over, so I made sure I got them all. So yeah, moment of truth, they're just electrical taped in there for now because I want to make sure everything works before I use like the solder connections and stuff like that. So we're going to plug it in, turn the key, and see what happens. It's kind of like the moment of truth. Oh, we got power. That's good. Good sign, good sign. Man, is this sucker sweet. Still waiting for one of the clips in the dash, so that's supposed to come tomorrow. So once that comes, we'll be golden. All right, GoPro doesn't want to work for some reason, so we have the mic hooked on here. Might do something different with this. This clip is to hook on to like the visor. I don't want to hook it across the visor. So if you pull this trim piece back here, this little rubbery piece of molding, and get your finger in there, this whole A pillar will pop off. So you run the wire all the way down here. Then you can see it's kind of pushed out there. I tucked it in using my little plastic trim tool. Tucked it around the edge down here. And now I'm going to take this piece off with the Phillips. And I got another piece in there and pop this down. Then I'm going to snake the wire in around there. I'm gonna be super careful because it's freezing out here this morning, and probably not the best idea working with plastic when it's cold, obviously. So we're going to get this wire in and around here, tuck it down in there, snake it along under here, and then have it come in behind this plastic piece and up into here where the stereo is going to be. All right, came up right in through there. And now we have the mic wire. Antenna wire. Head unit wire. All wired up. This is for backup camera and stuff like that, which I don't have. And then the USBs, which I kind of tucked one down in through here, through the the ashtray pocket. It kind of came out where I'm going to put these, but for now I'm just going to run them out through the pocket there. So the one labeled car link, you see that? That's the one you want to link up for your Android Auto and your Apple CarPlay and stuff like that. So when I plug my phone into this one, it pops right up on the screen. Opening this up so I can pass my head unit wires through. So when you get down in there, get some pliers on this thing right here, the cylinder, and counterclockwise turn it so it comes loose, and then you can loosen this up and it'll come out. So this plug right here is this plug right here. So I unplugged it, got some pliers in there, loosened it, and now I can hand take it out. Not with one hand though. So there you go. You can see how it kind of goes together. Okay, for now, I'm just gonna run the USB ports out of the cigarette lighter hole. The USB thing that I bought for the USB lighter hole is too big, like the cylinder's too big. I can cut that out, make it bigger, and put this in, have it nice and clean. It won't hook to the stereo or anything, it'll just be straight power. So we got the main harness, the two USBs, this little guy's for the mic, for your hands-free. That'll go in here. Okay, so always disconnect your battery when you're doing this kind of stuff. It's just smart because you're working with electronics. I didn't. Something touched something and it blew the little 15 amp fuse outside, and it is the fuse that is the always on feature, like power wise. So I would put the stereo back in, nothing happened. I was like, what the heck, I didn't do anything, right? Clock wouldn't work, interior lights wouldn't work, and the remote wouldn't work. So traced it down to that always on feature. So the car started, everything else worked except for the interior lights, clock, stereo, and remote. So it was a weird situation. So we got that new one on there, and now we're gonna hook everything up and put it back in. All right, she is in. Man, that looks beautiful. Yes. So, like I said, I have the USBs kind of hanging out here out of the cigarette lighter plug. Could be nicer. I will make it nicer. But I also have this magnetic phone thing that I clip my phone to. So when it's in there, the phone sits like this. And then I plug my Apple cable in there, or whatever, phone cable in there. So it's gonna sit like that and cover most of it anyway. So, all good. The sound coming out of the speakers now, the stock speakers, was horrible before, and now it actually sounds pretty good. So, sorry for the glare, that's just my face. We'll do this nice, satisfying. Beautiful. So that's it, man. Idoing head unit. Highly recommend so far. Fits beautifully. Right? One thing I should probably mention is it kind of alleviates your cup holder, but I don't think anybody ever used that anyway. If you did, sorry, but keep that in mind. Your cup holder's not going to work anymore, but very small trade-off for a very sweet head unit. So we got a bunch more videos coming out for the Subi here. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. You know how to do it. All right, later.